This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jack here. I welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. You thought I forgot all about this series, but no. I had 3 days of, I've already covered that. But now, here's something I haven't covered. So it's February 18th, 1979. It's the Daytona 500. And as you can see by the picture, if you are watching this with video, the video without being the podcast area, you'll see two men punching it up, two drivers. But that is not going to be how we start this video. So anyway, this was the most important race in stock car history among many pundits. In fact, CBS televised live from beginning to end. It was a 500-mile race, and they would broadcast all of it. There was even the in-car view being introduced to fans across the U.S. So anyway, it was amazing and all that. The TV cameras would catch a bit of fisticuffs. But of course, we'll get to that later. All that. So anyway, races were shown on TV, but they would be broadcast on tape delay later in the evening and in edited form. So they would broadcast to the final quarter and half of the race because, they don't want to go overtime and all that. So CBS telecast the race. Ken Squire and David Hobbs would be the booth announcers, with Ned Jarrett and Brock Yates in the pits. CBS actually did good ratings because there was a snowstorm in 1979 that put the Northeast and Midwest on high alert, and basically they couldn't go out and all that. But they would also do the in-car camera low-angle speed shots, TV broadcasting things to make it look better, all that. So anyway, Buddy Baker and Donnie Allison went through the time trials and were 1-2 in the race and all that, which was pretty amazing. In fact, Bill Elliott, who would soon become a future NASCAR Hall of Famer, didn't qualify for this tournament. Dale Earnhardt Sr. would make his Daytona 500 debut. So anyway, the first 15 races were under green and yellow conditions because there was rain problems and the track needed to dry and all that. So once the green flag was hit, Buddy Baker lost the draft and fell back and all that. It was a massive race and all that. Only 3 drivers would make it through the lead lap, but there were many crashes. Jim Fandiver went out after 27 laps. Buddy Baker, the pole sitter, went out after 38. Butch Mock after 38. Skip Manning only lasted 53. David Pearson, the legend, only lasted 53. Joe Milliken, 53. Gary Ballwell, 53. Ronnie Thomas, 64. Harry Gant only went 72 laps. Neil Bonnett went 76. Ricky Rudd, 79 laps. Lenny Pond, 83. Jeff Bodine, 99. John Oxman, 101. Dick Brooks, 105. Dave Watson, 115. J.D. McDuffie, who unfortunately died in a massive crash in 1991, 116 laps. Jay Marcius, 119. Grant Alcox, 129. Paul Fez, 135. Buddy Warrack, 152. But the funny thing is that 20th place Blackie Wengaren, that's his name, finished. Like, all that. There was, of course, that big accident. So anyway, there was 1 lap left. So the white flag is out. Donnie Allison and Cal Yarborough are 1-2. So anyway, here's what Ken Squire said. Stand by for a photo finish. Two of the greatest fiddling here, fidgeting with first place, passing some of the stranglers. This is the last lap. Trying to take it home. It's all come down to this. Out of turn 2, Donnie Allison in first. Where will Kell make his move? He comes to the inside. Donnie Allison throws the block. Kell hits it. He slides. Donnie Allison slides. They hit again. They drive up the turn. They're hitting the wall. They're head on to the wall. They slide down to the inside. Let's watch those third place cars. They're out of it. Who's going to win? It's coming down. They're coming around for finish between AJ Foyt and Richard Petty. Down the back straightaway come the leaders now. 2 cars are out. To the back straight are the leaders. Look, waiting for the leaders to come. They're still up in 3 and 4. The leaders are up in turns 3 and 4. Coming down. Richard Petty is now pulling front. Dale Waltrip is in second. AJ Foyt's in third. Here they come. Waltrip trying to slingshot. Petty is out of it at the line. Waltrip to the inside, but Petty wins it. Down on pit road. It's gone crazy. The Petty crew was won. Richard Petty has won his 6th Daytona 500, and the crowd here are going wild. That was huge. You know, Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison were fighting on the final lap for the lead, but unfortunately they both collided with each other. So anyway, after Hobbs and Squire talk about Richard Petty going down to pit row, Richard Petty has recorded his 186th career. And there's a fight between Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison. The temper's overflowing. They're angry. They know they have lost, and what a bitter defeat. Yeah, so the 186th career win, and then the crash was cut. Yeah, Bobby Allison was helping his brother Donnie take down Craig Yarborough and all of that. So anyway, this was huge. So Richard Petty won the match. Dale Waltrip, 2nd place. And AJ Foyt took 3rd. Foyt didn't get any points because AJ Foyt was in IndyCar, so he couldn't compete. So it was Richard Petty 1st, Dale Waltrip 2nd, AJ Foyt 3rd, Donnie Allison 4th, Cale Yarborough 5th. Despite the fact that they crashed, they had 199 laps. Tiggy Scott, Chuck Brown, Dale Earnhardt Sr., Cuckoo Martin, that's his name, and Frank Warren, right? Top 10. This race was actually released on DVD in 2007 and aired again on Fox Sports 1 in 2015, and it was actually a documentary about it. So yeah, this was just angry and all that. So anyway, Donnie and Cale were fighting, but Bobby actually struck Yarborough and all that. No, it was just amazing. It was a 60-second brawl and all that. You know, it was horrible. However, both Allison brothers and Yarborough were fined $6,000 for actions detrimental to stock car racing. The 2 Allisons were put on probation for 6 months. It was instigated by them. So they posted a $5,000 bond, and if they behave themselves, they get the $5,000 back. But on appeal, the Allisons' probation ended up being 3 months, and Yarborough was put on probation for 3 months. And the judgment that the wreck was Allison's fault was amended to place blame equally on Allison and Yarborough. But their fines were returned $1,000 at a time during the next 5 races. The story made the front page of the New York Times sports section, and it worked because NASCAR was now a national sport and expanded from its southeastern U.S. moonshine base and became a national sport, which was shocking. It was like, you know, the 1979 Daytona 500 was the first stock car race to go from pillar to post, from start to finish, and had a fantastic finish. The great Richard Petty winning the title, and then Donnie Allison and Kelly Yarborough fighting, and then Bobby Allison helping his brother out. And it was huge. Like CBS gave it a few seconds, and they tried to talk about these things, and it made people realize that maybe NASCAR was popular after all, and this was the race that launched 1,000 ships, or racing ships, that is. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.